Hello, this is TMG Gazzara from Mature Gaming here, and welcome to the first in hopefully what will be many videos on Forza 4. The intention of these videos, well, you know, I'm a lover of Forza, I like my simulations. I've been playing Forza since day dot, and I absolutely adore this game. Unfortunately, being a father and you know, a father to a couple of kids and doing the husbandly thing, I don't get as much time as what I'd like to on these sort of games. Forza 2, I used to be, you know, banging, put loads and loads of hours into this game, and you know, got my just desserts and my results as well. You know, I hit some really good lap times, and you know, I was nicely competitive. What I'd like to try and do with this is, you know, is try and get it back into that little, you know, try and make myself competitive again. It's been a long time. I've been out of the game too long. My driving is not as good as what it was anymore, but I like a challenge. So you know, what I want to try and do is try and get a top 1% in every leaderboard time, on every track with every class of car. And also, let's see if I can get a top 1% in rivals as well, for every, you know, score or time that rivals puts out. You know, if I get a bit confident and, you know, I feel happy with the way it's all going, then perhaps we can jump into one of the virtualmotorsports.net's competitions and see how I fare there. The idea is to basically record my progress here. You can jump in. Let's try and make it as interactive as we can. You know, perhaps you can jump in with some tips and hints on how I can improve my times. Perhaps you can, you know, see me, you know, you get some pointers on, you know, things that you could do. You know, perhaps we can have a little bit of fun here and try and beat my times at the end of it, and you can post the results below these sort of videos. The intention with this first video is really to introduce what I'm intending to do, and also to try and get a couple of you know, points laps in as well to see how my driving is. Now, as you can see, I'm, you know, picked up a Cosy here. It's a C class one. That's sort of, it's been upgraded and tuned, but it's a locked out tune, so I can't put this on the storefront. What I will do though is any tunes that I do, you know, through this series, I will put up on the storefront for you, and they will be all unlocked as well, so you can tinker with them as you want. So this is just to gauge, you know, how I'm driving at the moment, how badly I'm driving, what I need to improve on, which is liable to be a hell of a lot. And let's see if we can sort of start dialing this in, tightening everything up, you know, reining in the cars and get competitive again. Now, Sunset Peninsula for me is a very special track. I used to love this track on Forza 3, and it was on Forza 2 as well, wasn't it? Yeah. I used to put hours and hours and hours into this track with loads of tunes, so I know the track very well, although I'm going to probably drive it quite badly at the moment. You know, but let's see what happens. You know, perhaps I can hit a 1% time straight off the bat. I doubt it very much, but it's a nice comfortable track for me to get around. You know, it's a big sweeping bend. There's a couple of nice little sections in it as well. You know, it's a little bit technical, it's a little bit speedy. It brings out, you know, everything really, and it's a typical American, you know, sort of indie or infield track from an indie track. You know, so let's see how we get on here. We're just going to load this up now. See where we're at. As I say, you know, I'll tell you what we'll do at the end of this. Actually, why don't we? Whatever time I get, okay, we'll get the leaderboards up. Whatever time I get, why don't you get into a C-class car, tune it to the best of your ability up to the top of C, have a whack round Sunset Infield and see if you can actually beat my time. Just a little bit of homework, or a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a laugh until the next video comes out. Right, so let's get this up and going then. We're going, as you can see here, I'm in cockpit mode as well. Every sort of view, you know, is personal to everybody else. Personally, I like cockpit mode. I thought this was an absolutely great addition when it came into Forza 3. I just like the immersion and the feeling of inertia you get from the cockpit mode. It makes me feel as though I'm in the car, which is a nice feeling. Although your peripheral vision is a little bit sketchy, but hey, you know, it works for me. It might work for you, might not. It doesn't really matter. Whatever works for you best is always good. So what we're doing now is, obviously we're on our initial opening lap here as well. There's nothing you know, we're not trying to wring the hell out of the car at the moment. We're just trying to get temperatures up, tyre temperatures up. Obviously with Forza 3 and Forza 4 now, you know, tyre temperatures and degradations and things like that are so important with you know, how these are driven. Forza 2 was quite arcadey to a point, even though it was, you know, more simulated than what most driving games are out there. But obviously with the introduction of, you know, tyre temperature and degradation into Forza 3, and obviously it's been enhanced with Forza 4, you know, your style and your way of driving is a lot different now to what it used to be. So, you know, it's important, you know, if you're going to do hot laps and things like that, is to try and get everything up to speed. And it's more about consistency and sort of understanding your little mistakes after each lap, you know, and where you can tighten up and bring stuff in. So, okay, we're coming down to the pit straight now. That last little complex there, you know, it's nice to actually, you know, try and get as much acceleration and speed out of that complex as you can, because as you can see, this run into the start finish line now is absolutely huge, and we really need to sort of get the max out of the car we can to sort of get a lap time next time, a decent lap time next time. It could take a second and a half off your lap time. Here we go, straight in. We want to go in full speed here, if we can. I just had to lift off ever so slightly there, drop down into second gear here. Let's see if I can point the nose in. Oh, a bit skittish coming out of there. Look at that, see that? That's how bad I am now. We need to improve this a bit. But we've got some nice acceleration coming out of that complex now. Now I should be going through here at full speed. Let's see, make sure I don't hit the rev limiter again this time. That would help, wouldn't it? That's pretty bad. Okay, we're coming down now into the little hairpin here. Let's drop it down into second and get it round. Ooh, a little bit in too early as well. I could have probably gone in there a tad bit later and a little bit shallower to actually get a better speed out. But it's all stuff we can improve on here. Quite nice out there as well. We've got a good ramp out of there. That's good. Let's see how this complex was always a bugbear for me. I would lose so much time if I didn't get this right, but I could gain so much time if I absolutely nailed it. And we're not too bad. Bit skittish there coming out of that, but not too bad there. I'm quite impressed with that one. So let's get down to this last little complex here, this sort of extended chicane, so to speak. And if we can get some decent speed out of here, we might be in for quite a good time. Everything's feeling quite good at the moment. I feel quite nice about the whole lap. All bit. Oh, scrubbed off too much speed there. That's going to cost me coming down the start-finish line now, but we'll see where we get to. As I said, you know, you can see the problems I had going through that lap. You can see where I was hitting rev limiters I shouldn't. You can see where I was going into corners too early and I shouldn't. So there's a lot of things to improve with this with this lap, and it's something obviously we're gonna try and work on in the next few days. That's unless I hit a top 1% straight off the back here. I'm going to finish it off now actually and see where we actually landed on the leaderboards there. Now if I hit a top 1%, do you know what, we won't even go back to this track. I doubt if I have. There's probably too many sort of drivers out there, good drivers out there now that would have. Where are we at? 2,118, it's top 2%. Oh, do you know what, I'm quite happy with that actually, to be fair. That's not a little bad. It's not a bad little run from a first go. But I'll tell you what we do. We've got the challenge down now. It's 149.853. So if you want to have a crack on that in a C-Class car, please feel free to do it. As I said, post your comments below, post your lap times below, and let's see if we can, have a little bit of a giggle while you're waiting for the next video here as well. Also, what I'm going to do in the next, as you can see me scrolling through here, what we're going to do is actually have a look at the top 20 or so drivers and what cars they're using. As you can see, the Civic 97 and 99 is sort of quite ripe here, so we'll take a look at those cars, or I will during the next between videos, and I'll try and get a little tune for you together and see if we can actually go in and smash that and try and hit a top 1% time on that. If I can get it going, then what I'll do is I'll bust open the tune and just go through it quickly with you to explain what I've done. I'll get that up onto the storefront if it works really well, and we can all have a good time and we look forward to the next one. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the first bit. I'm sorry it's a bit sort of sketchy and I'm a bit a bit nervous, so to speak, but as it goes on I'm sure I'll relax into the whole thing. But until now, this is TMG Gazzara signing off for Mature Gaming, and I'll speak to you in the next session. Bye bye.